Hello, hello. Welcome to day one of the Coach Sneak Peek. So I want to thank you so much for being a part of this, and I really enjoyed all of your guys just hearing your stories, a little bit about each one of you. Thank you all for also answering the questionnaires, just so I can get to know you guys a little bit better. So for this first day, the main things is I want you to learn a little bit more about me and just some of the basic information about what we do as coaches. So for myself, like, I know I want to really share my journey personally, just because if you did decide to sign up as a coach, I just want you to know a little bit more insight in me, because we are going to be working very closely together. So I'd like us to have a little bit more of like a personal relationship together. And sorry, my dog is at the door here. All right, sorry about that. So, so the biggest part about I guess this journey in general is what exactly brought me here. So I'm just going to jump right into exactly what kind of caught my eye, how I started getting into this, and then I hope it kind of motivates you, and maybe you can kind of relate to a little bit of your story a little bit as well. So I think that the biggest thing for myself is when I decided I really wanted to pursue this. I was at a completely different point in my life, and this was taken back about to take you back about 3 years ago. I used to compete in bodybuilding, and I did it for about 2 years or so. And I really enjoyed it at the time. It was a great way to meet new people. I was in a toxic relationship at the time, and so it was actually a really good time for me to kind of find my own path, which ended up really in the end ended up destroying my toxic relationship, because I ended up really finding confidence in myself. And so I did this journey for about 2 years. I then actually met my husband, or my now husband. At the time, we just kind of met through the bodybuilding world, and life was dandy, I guess you could say. Then when I decided to do my very last show, it was a national show of all of Canada, and it being an amazing event. I loved every second of it, and you kind of have this mentality where you just kind of work up to that event, and then it happens. Kind of like when you get married, you just kind of lead up to that event, and it happens, and then it's done. Then it's over. All your preparation, all of your energy that went into that event is done. You're like, oh, what the heck? I'm done. You know, for the bodybuilding, I ended up really struggling after, because I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I can have any meal I want, I can have any food I want. I've been wanting all these bad things for so long. I can finally backtrack into that. So I started eating terribly. I completely stopped working out. And mind you, every time I would do a show, I would do this every time. So I did about 4 shows, and like every single time after, I would have like a huge binging streak. I would gain all the weight back that I had before, which is mentally a huge struggle, which I think when we do some type of diet, that's kind of what you run into. And so there was that. And then I started finding fitness as a chore as well. I hated going to the gym. My husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was like, Rach, like, what the heck? Why are you so unmotivated to go? And I just didn't have any interest in going anymore, so I just didn't go. And then fast forward a little bit, we ended up getting engaged, and we got married within like 3 months. So it was actually a super quick engagement and wedding, because we decided, you know what, we're just gonna go for it and get married. We did decide at that point actually to switch or move to a different city, because my husband's job was transferring him there. So we had to, during that time, we got engaged, we moved, and we got married within 3 months. So it was a crazy time in our life. Going back, I would never do it again. It was nuts. But so we moved into this beautiful home. So this was a great time in our life. So I thought I felt like I should have felt more excited. We have this home. I have this beautiful new life starting for me. Yet I feel like I just didn't feel fulfilled or something like that. I just felt like I was missing something. I wasn't not like I wasn't looking forward to my wedding, but it was just so much all at once. And I just wanted to marry him. I just wanted it to be over and done with. And I know I'm not alone there. I know a lot of people feel that way when they're planning a wedding. It can be not the most fun, but so our wedding was over, and so I got kind of like the winter blues, or not the winter blues, but like the post-wedding blues. So all of a sudden you're like planning all these things, and then it's done, and you're like, what do I do with all my time now? So I'm like, oh, I'll just move on to decorating my house. And so I would start decorating for the house, and then I was like, I still don't feel fulfilled. And I was going through a really slump time. I was super sad. I felt, I just didn't feel myself. I felt like there was something in my life that I needed to find, but I just hadn't found it yet. So I one day was on Instagram, and there was this ad, similar to probably what some of you may have seen on Instagram today or this last few days. And I was like, I'm gonna look into that. So I contacted my now upline coach, and she did a similar sneak peek to here. And I think she did her day one, and I was gung-ho. I'm like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I've been looking for a fitness-related lifestyle. I've been looking for a new community of women that I can meet, or just make some new friendships, and I get to help mentor other people. Like, you can't get much better than that. So I signed up, and it's been the most incredible, positive, and motivating experience. I can't even really describe it into words. It's just such a huge community of people that want to help other people. It's such a team building relationship with everybody. It's not like you're trying to do it all on your own. Everyone is there to help everybody. So you don't really find that when you're starting a new business. You don't find where you have all these like people helping you as you go along, kind of like, oh, like, you know what, just do this next or whatever. It's like, you know what, everything is set up for you to be successful. And I think that's the most amazing thing about this, is you're not doing it alone. Now I'm super lucky. My husband's been super supportive with all of it. Some people might not have that support system, and it is such a huge learning curve from the start, but I'm telling you, it is something that will make your life so much more positive for the better. So now that I've kind of explained everything to do with my lifestyle a little bit, or what my story is, I want to really talk about exactly what our main jobs are as coaches. So there is, I want to say, almost like two different buckets. So there's our challengers and our coaches. So the main focus with the challengers is really to motivate people. We are setting them up with fitness and meal plans. And the coolest thing about it is this company has set it up that we don't need to do all of that ourselves. They have actually preset all of the workout plans for us, all of the meal plans for us. We do need to mentor these people and help them find the right fitness programs for them, and give them guidance with the meal plan portion of it. But the coolest thing is it's a no-brainer for us. Technically, we're really just setting each person up for success. So we're there to mentor these people and set them on the right track, basically. So I did want to kind of show you some of the different things on my computer here, exactly what we're doing. We host things called challenge groups, which basically they are like accountability groups and help keep these people accountable, make sure they're staying on track. And each one of those members can actually help motivate each other, which is super cool. So I'm just gonna quickly show you that here as well. Alrighty, so sorry if this is super shaky. This here is called Beachbody On Demand. So you're gonna see at the top here, there are different programs, and depending on what maybe the client's looking for. So there's different fitness levels here. So there's like beginner, intermediate. There's different time frames as well. So depending on, let's say someone has a really busy lifestyle or a busy mom, doesn't really want to have to spend all day working out, there is different time points as well, different types, cardio, that kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So that's something that's super cool and set up for us. So let's say I have a client contact me and they're like, I have really bad knees, what program would you recommend for me? And then I'd probably go to type and just find something that would be like low impact or something like that. So just to kind of show you a little bit further, so I'm currently doing the 80 days obsession, sorry. So I wanted to kind of focus on that one a little bit here. So once you click on the program, what you're going to then do, you can kind of see this one specifically is set up. So you can kind of see here, there's different phases. So each phase has a different stream of workouts. So you can kind of see them all here. Each day is set up accordingly to what you need to do. And then depending where you are, if you want to do it at the gym, you can do it at the gym, or you can do it from home. You just click play. So that's the cool thing. On the side here, they just kind of show you the details of what you need for that workout. So different workout materials, whether it's loops, resistant bands, or just a mat or something like that. So at the top, another important part is the nutrition aspect of it. So you're gonna go to the program materials. So here, what we're basically helping them do is set up is teach them how to do this. So this is something that would be part of your training. So when you go to this portion here, hello, let's see here. So this one here is all about timed nutrition. So basically encouraging someone to eat every 2 to 4 hours. So you would help them calculate their calorie intake. So we have a container system with this one. So this helps with portion control. So you would basically help them decide which meal plan they would be set up with, and that sort of thing. So it's super, honestly guys, it's setting you up for success. It makes it super easy to follow, and so you're never really unsure of what to do here. The other thing that we do as coaches is we set up the challenge groups, like I mentioned. So since it is late October, I'm setting up more a winter to fall group, and it's to help keep everyone on track with the winter blues. That's kind of my focus, is because the winter months can be the hardest. So I just setting it up, so it hasn't started quite yet, but you can kind of see here, you can post and help keep everyone accountable. Everyone can post when they have done their workouts, when they've taken their supplements, that kind of thing, and then we can comment on each other's posts and just help motivate them, especially if anyone's struggling. I do encourage that on here. Just really be vulnerable with the group, because we want to set you up for success ultimately. So so that's how that works. The challenge groups are just mainly for mentoring and accountability. So a lot of people tend to struggle with that, and it really just helps keep them on track. Alrighty, so that's kind of all about that. The next thing I want to touch on, so the bucket's more than one challengers. The other one is building our team, building or mentoring more coaches. So I think so that's kind of what I'm doing with you guys here, is looking to add more ladies to my team, mentor more of you to really help you guys build your successes and start your own business. So the biggest thing is we do weekly calls. We are super involved. We do have weekly calls, weekly mentorship groups, just to really help motivate each other and push each other. Sometimes as we get bigger, we will actually bring in special speakers to discuss everything with you guys. But ultimately, we are here to help you start your business, help you start your successes. So eventually you can help mentor other people and start your own challenge groups and join challengers to your team. So we would give you guys some basically guidance on that, and different recommendations on how to get that going as well. So that's kind of what that's all about as well. Now I think the biggest thing with coaching is people have this mentality where you have to have the most perfect body. You have to have like a bajillion followers to be successful. And I can tell you right off the bat, that's not how it works. I think when I first started, I think I had like 100 followers. So I really had nobody whatsoever. So it is definitely getting there. But that is something we do mentor with you and train you on as well. And but ultimately, you do not need to be in the best shape. We are here to help you, first off, work on your own personal development, work on your own personal fitness. Because if you can be a mentor for future mentors and show how, or be a product of the product, and basically showing these people how mentally you're doing, it's an encouragement for everybody. So I think that's really what we try to encourage you to do, is really work on yourself first and build up your personal development, we do recommend. So for myself, I listen to every morning I listen to a podcast of different entrepreneurial women or self-motivation or encouragement type podcasts, because I do have like a 40-minute drive to work. So for me, that's my time in the morning to get my positivity in for the day. Since I've started doing that, I've noticed a huge impact in my mental state throughout the day. And I currently work at a LASIK MD clinic full-time, and so I work 9 to 5, and I think a lot of people, when they're looking at this opportunity, they're like, oh, I don't know if I have time for this, like I feel like it's gonna take a lot of my day, and it really doesn't. Like, you are in control of your business. You can decide when you wanna take the time to do it. You can decide how often you want to do it. Now, I think the biggest thing is we don't want you to have this as a hobby mentality. It's meant to be a part-time job or a full-time job aspect to it. For me, I work 9 to 5, Tuesday to Saturdays. So I do work around my schedule because I really want to eventually be, my goal is to be a stay-at-home mommy. I currently don't have kids quite yet, but eventually my ultimate goal is to be able to stay home with my kids and do this full-time instead of going back to work. So, so everyone might have different reasons on why they want to take this opportunity. And that's something that I want you guys really think about, and actually this will be your homework for after this. So comment below what you feel is your reason why. The reason why you want to take this opportunity. So for me, I want to be eventually a stay-at-home mom. I want to be able to be at home with my kids and be able to help other people in their fitness journey. So I want you to really figure out what your reason why. Some people, I actually know a girl who is currently to become a doctor, currently in medical school. So this is something she's doing to be able to afford to go to school. And there is different ones, like I just want to be able to be there for my husband. I want to be able to retire my husband, and I want to be able to do this full-time at home. So there is going to be so many different reasons why you want to do this opportunity. I think a big part of it for me was to be able to help other people as well. I think that is the coolest part about it. We do not want to be salesy with this option or with this opportunity either, guys. We really want to help motivate these people. So I think that's the biggest thing, is you do have to reach out to people to see if this is something that they are interested in doing, and like being a part of your team in terms of the side of it. Because everyone does come from different walks of life, and I think that's something we need to recognize and be aware of, but that's how we can motivate these people. I know you're a full-time mom. I know that it's really hard for you to get your workouts in a day, but I promise you, if you can take 20 minutes of your time and get your workout in, you're gonna feel like $1 million afterwards. So, so that's kind of how I would approach that, or encouragement, because that's how it is, guys. If they can avoid when the kids are sleeping, or when the kids are gone to bed, or instead of watching that show, how about you get that workout in? So that's something we would train and motivate you on to do, because we know there's going to be so many different people from walks of life, and the cool thing is it's hard to be able to go to a 9 to 5 job and know we're only maybe helping so many people in a day, when with this opportunity we can help so many more people. It's so incredible, that feeling. So so that is it, guys. That is everything for day 1. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. So so just do that homework. Leave your reason why on below, and I'm really excited to see some of your different reasons on what's kind of taking you this step to get you motivated for this opportunity. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. Bye-bye.